I've recorded so many videos that this camera is overheated. My regular camera is overheated, so I'm on my second camera. And I am stoned, you guys. I'm not even gonna smoke during this video, but we're gonna do a little story time because I am already stoned, as you guys can probably already tell. My throat hurts from the dabs. Okay, legitimately, I've recorded 3 videos today. They were all stony. This one is stony in its own little way because this is gonna be a little story. In my live stream last Friday, somebody asked me, have I ever had a bad experience on edibles? And you know what? It took me a second. I was like, no, I haven't. Absolutely not. All of my experiences on cannabis have been great. Like, I don't have any really bad story times. I mean, I've smoked a sativa once and it gave me some anxiety and maybe I freaked out a little bit, but like, no big deal. Nothing big. But then I remembered when I first moved to California. And I remember it wasn't my first trip to the dispensary that this happened, but the second trip to my dispensary that I thought I was a badass bitch at that point. I thought, you know what? Whatever the highest edible is, give it to me. That's what I want. Like, give me the strongest. I'm a tank. I need the strongest. I had only been in a legal medical marijuana state for like a week at that point, 2 weeks. So I really was not used to the weed here because I don't think that it's necessarily stronger, but there's definitely more access. So like, I always had, and a lot of it, like a ton. On that second trip to the dispensary, I told them, give me the strongest edible you have. I'm a tank, I can do this. Keep in mind, I was not a tank at that time. I had just moved to California and had been smoking weed illegally in Mississippi for like a few years, but that's it. Like, I was not a tank at that point. I was not an everyday smoker. Like, it was totally different ballgame. So back then, California did not have the regulations that they do on edibles now, which is probably for this reason, but like, I hate it because like, now I would love to have those stronger edibles, but like, now there's a cap on edibles in California that you cannot get edibles over 100 milligrams or you're not supposed to sell them. I still see a few on the market up to 300 milligrams and I don't know why, because they're not supposed to be on the market, but they are. Back in the glory days of California edibles, you could just put whatever you want in it. I think up to 1,000 milligrams because that's what I ended up with. I ended up with a 1,000 milligram brownie. I was not bursting edibles at all. Had no tolerance to edibles. And I feel like there's a totally different tolerance to edibles than there are to like smoking. Like, it's just different. It's just way different. Like, you have to get used to edibles. Like, it's a totally different high. It's a totally different way of ingesting them. The tolerance is totally different. But I thought I could totally take it. Now, this 1,000 milligram brownie was supposed to be 10 doses. That's what it said on the package. But it's a regular brownie, you guys. Like, it was like this big. So obviously I ate that shit. I ate the whole thing with a nice glass of milk. Honestly, couldn't taste the weed in it at all. Tasted straight like chocolate. Amazing. Like, and I'm like, cool, this is great. When it hits my stomach, like, I'm noticing that like my stomach is like gurgling as I eat it, but like, I'm gonna ignore that because I'm like, oh, it's probably just the cannabis in there. I'm probably about to get super fucked up. And so I just continue to eat the bar. I eat the whole damn brownie, not bar, brownie, and sit and wait. And I mean, like, I don't feel anything at this point, like nothing. 30 minutes goes by, I don't feel anything. 40 minutes goes by, I don't feel anything. An hour and 20 minutes goes by, and I swear, you guys, I don't feel anything except for that my stomach was cramping so badly, and yeah, just like I just kept getting like super bad stomach pains, but that was like it. Nothing psychoactive, nothing cool. So I go and I eat another 150 milligram chocolate bar because I'm like, nothing's happened. So I eat that and I smoke a joint. Because at this point I'm just tired of waiting. I'm like, when is this high gonna come on? Finally, the high starts to creep up on me. Like, and it's weird because I'm not at my normal place. Honestly, I was in California for like 2 weeks at that point. I was staying at my brother's apartment. He wasn't home from work yet, and so I was there in his apartment. It was the trippiest experience ever. He lives on like below ground level, so like the sidewalk was at his windows. So you can see people walking by and you can hear them, and so like I just keep hearing voices, and I'm getting so fucking paranoid because I'm like, where are these voices coming from? And like the room starts to suddenly like shift. That's the only way I can describe it, is the room like shifts. It's not actually shifting, obviously, but like visually the room is like doing this. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I had never had like any type of like really cool experience on weed edibles before. Like, I've gotten super stoned, but like nothing like this. And never have I ever had an experience like this again on weed edibles. But I also have never ever had 1,150 milligrams of edibles all in one sitting within like 2 hours, because that's like not normal. Pace yourself. So like, okay, so the room is shifting and I'm like, fuck, like what is going on? Like, and I'm like it's not fun. Like, it sounds like they're like people talking above me and I can't figure it out because this is not my apartment and I don't really understand, like we're like right there at the sidewalk. So I'm just like hearing these voices of like people talking. There's this homeless man apparently that was outside, and he was like babbling stuff, and so it was like this really weird babbling noise, but like it just sounded so creepy to me, and it was like freaking me out. And so I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like, the room is shifting. I'm hearing these weird noises. Like, it is not a good time. This is a bad trip, you guys. Bad trip alert. Like, get out. Abort mission. Like, CBD stat. What's going on? Obviously, I didn't know anything about CBD or anything like that, or, you know, pacing yourself or milligrams per servings or anything like that before this, but you know, learn as you go, right? So I look at my phone because I'm like, fuck, my brother is gonna be home from work soon, and I'm like, I do not want him to see me this fucked up. Like, he knows that I smoke, but like we didn't have conversation about like me going and getting a 1,150 milligram edible, and I have work the next day. This is a new job, by the way. So I'm like, why was I like experimenting with like massive doses of edibles during the work week? I had a new job. But yeah, but I didn't feel anything the next day. Spoiler alert. Got work done. Everything was fine. Dandy. But let's go back to that night. So my brother is like gonna be home in like an hour, and I'm like, fuck, what do I do? So my reaction, okay, so he lives in a high-rise building, and he lives obviously on the basement floor, like I've already told you guys. My reaction is to grab a blanket because it's cold. It is October at this point, or no, it's like November. No, it's November. I've moved here in November. So it's November at this point, so it is probably cold, but I grab a blanket, wear it like a cape, and then proceed to run up all 12 flights of stairs in his building until I get to the rooftop. And then I sit on the rooftop up there, and I'm like, okay, we're just gonna let this high wear off here, you know, like, because I don't want to be in his apartment. And I don't know why I thought go to the roof. This is probably like not a good story. This is probably like how like bad things happen when weed up, but like, you know, my thought was to go to the roof and like, spoiler alert, I'm alive, nothing happened, but like, not a good idea probably, but I went to the roof, which his roof was, you know, secured. There's obviously fencing around it, so you're not able to just fall over the edge. And there was like tabled seating and lights and little trees and stuff. And so like there's no one up there, which thank the Lord there was nobody up there, because I probably looked like a crazy person with my like blanket wrapped around me like a cape, running up the stairs like Superman, trying to get out of that apartment as fast as possible, even though he wasn't even going to be home for an hour. Like, I was already going upstairs. So I sit at a table and I'm like, we're just gonna wait this high out. Like, I'm just gonna wait this out. Like, and then I'll be able to just go downstairs and he'll be like, where were you? And I can just be like, oh, I was out, or I worked late, or something like that. I don't know. I could come up with something, surely. So I'm sitting up there, and then the strangest motherfucking thing happens in my entire life. Like, this is what like really freaked me out. Okay, so then like there's like this like flock of fucking birds that come to the roof, and I swear they just sit around me. Like, I'm like so fucking freaked out at this point, you guys. Like I'm like, what is going on? Like, what voodoo shit is happening to me right now? Like, this isn't good. Like, where's the holy water? Like, what the fuck? It's not like they were blackbirds or anything like that, but there were birds that just like descended upon where I was and then surrounded me in a circle and were staring at me. And like at this point I had already, keep in mind, was downstairs hearing voices from the windows because we were on the level, and I didn't know, because like this is like my first like few days of staying in his apartment. I didn't really pay attention, and like so I'm already in this weird headspace of like, this is a weird trip, like this is trippy, this isn't even real. So then I start to yell at, I go, bah! Like just trying to get the birds to go away. That was like I thought like, oh, make noise and then they'll all go away. And they didn't, they just stared there. They were just, and so I'm like, what? Like freaking the fuck out. And so I throw my blanket down, and then like obviously like a bunch of them fly away, and like I could have like just gotten up and walked around, because it's not like they descended me in like a circle, but like I was sitting on a bench near a wall, and they like legitimately were like covering like half the wall, like they surrounded half the side of the table, but like I had the back end and I could have just ran away, but I decided I needed to scare the birds away before I left. So I throw the blanket. Blanket is now on the rooftop, and I am like freaked out about the rooftop. So then I go back downstairs, and there's a lobby, and I'm like, okay, we'll wait this out in the lobby. And I don't know why I'm like so freaked out about my brother finding me like this, because I'm not even like that fucked up. I mean, like, I guess I am, because I'm like tripping, you know? But like, I'm like, I should have just like sat and waited this out at my brother's apartment, but I don't know why. So I'm sitting in the lobby, and then there's a dog that comes in, and the dog isn't friendly, and I'm like freaking the fuck out, because like, I'm a dog person. I don't encounter dogs that don't like me. I was a dog walker. I walk dogs through the app WAG, which is basically like the Uber of like dog walking. I did that like prior to working for the law firm that I worked for. Actually, no, I did it after I quit the law firm, in between doing this profile in dog walking. Yeah, but anyways, I'm just like not used to dogs like not liking me, and this dog was like scary as fuck. It looked like huge, like not a bulldog, but like big, like a mastiff, like big dog, and it's like lunging towards me, and I'm like sitting in a chair in the lobby minding my own business, and this dog is like legitimately like, I'm here, dog's here, and it's like like so scary. Like, I can feel its spit coming towards me, like that type of scary. Like, it's like, and so the woman has it on the leash and she's like, I'm so sorry. And she pulls it back and then she takes it outside and lets it use the restroom. And it seems like it's just a normal dog out there. And there's another dog out there and another person. He doesn't act that way towards that person. I don't know if it's maybe just men or something like that. Some dogs are that way towards different people. Like, you know, dogs are weird like that. But this dog was like lunging at me. So I'm like, my anxiety is through the roof, you guys. Like, I've had like 3 or 4 different weird ass trippy things happen that should not happen when you're like tripping out. Like, and I'm just like so scared, but I'm like, I'm gonna stay in this lobby, but I'm scared that this woman's gonna come back with this dog and this dog is gonna fucking attack me. So I stay in the lobby until the woman with the dog comes, and the woman with the dog comes, and then I decide that I'm just gonna walk up the 12 flights of stairs, like, slowly. And then hopefully that'll, like, give me time to walk the rest of this off and my brother will be home. So I'm, like, walking up the 12 flights of stairs. I walk back down the 12 flights of stairs, like, super slowly, probably creepily, like, just walking the halls with no destination. But I was like, it'll take me a while to walk 12 flights, go all the way up. Plus, I'll get to see the building. This will be neat. So I'm walking up the 12 flights of stairs. I walk back down the 12 flights of stairs. And then I realize something. His door is locked. Somehow the door locked when I left, or I locked the door, but I don't have no keys. I don't even have my phone. I just left it down there. So I just sit and wait at his apartment, and eventually he comes, and then I just tell him that I was locked out. Like, I locked myself out. I accidentally left for a second and just left the keys in there to pick something up that I ordered and locked myself out, and he never knew the difference, and the night was totally normal. I slept through the night. It was a weird night. Like, I had some weird dreams that night, like really vivid dreams. I can't remember what they were about now, but I do remember waking up and being like, whoa, like, that's like reality. Like, this is weird, like waking up and it feeling like something just happened, you know what I mean? But like, that's how it felt. And yeah, I went to work that day. Everything was normal. No hangover or anything. But yeah, that 1,000 milligrams was really weird. It made me super paranoid. And it just made me view things like in a very ooh, like, I don't know, intense way. Like, everything seemed very life or death and very intense and just like, I don't know. But yeah, that's my 1,000 milligram brownie story plus 150 milligrams chocolate bars for 1,150 milligrams of THC plus a joint. It's just not a good idea, you guys. Pace yourself. You don't need to do that much. It's not fun. It wasn't a fun experience. I never had weed make me feel paranoid before, but that made me feel like paranoid. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, let me know if you've ever had a bad edible experience or a bad like high type of experience. Let me know how that went. Let me know if you have any funny stories about it, because I feel like most people's bad high stories definitely have a little element of humor in there, because afterwards hopefully you live to tell the tale about it, and it's all good, you know? No permanent damage done. Thank you guys so much for watching, and subscribe to my channel because I do 3 new witty videos every single week. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys around. Bye.